are you leaving the job? He moved close to her and she took back step to make distance between them, and he continued moving close to her. I told you. Her back hit the wall. Not that. I want to know proper reason. He put his one hand on a wall and kissed Wine in between. Wine's heart was beating so fast. His gaze was locked with her, and he was getting lost in her eyes. I have some He was leaning towards her. Wine immediately put her hand on his chest to keep distance, and it brought him incense. Some personal problem. Taehyung cleared his throat and stepped away. I guess you don't have any reason, so you can continue this job. But boss, and let me know before taking leave. You are my bodyguard, not my manager's. Understood? She didn't say anything and he went towards washroom. What he was doing? She put her hand on her chest and took deep breath, and Sony came inside. Where is Taehyung? Wine pointed on washroom. Sony nodded and took a glance of Wine. Did we met before? Wine gulped and shook her head. Excuse me. She immediately went out. He seemed very familiar. Then came out of washroom and she shrugged the thought of Wine. Let's go to have lunch together. Where is Yeonjun? He went out. Taehyung nodded and went towards his seat. I'm ordering our lunch. Is something bothering you? No, why? You seem lost nowadays. It's nothing, just work pressure. From work, I remember. I told Mr. Lee to find Beauty with Terry shop, but he couldn't find any shop on that name. Wine gulped after hearing that. This shop is very small, maybe that's why. Wine smiled nervously. Okay, take me with you tomorrow. I want to see your workplace. Wine joked after hearing that, and Mr. John slid water towards her. Mr. John gave Wine two options. First, getting married, and second, doing some small job and get life's experience. Wine chose second option, but it was hard to get small job for her, and the most important, she was getting fired from jobs. Tomorrow it's not possible, as tomorrow there is a party in shop. Okay, then day after tomorrow. Wine gulped so hard. What I'll do now? Choose first option and get married. Shut up. Okay, then what will you do now? I don't know. I'm going tomorrow in beauty shop, and I will request them to keep me on job for a day, and I will pay them for giving job. Wow, you will create history then. Others take money by doing jobs, and you will pay for doing job. I don't have any option now. Anyway, good night. I have to go on work in early morning. Yeah, good night. Do you need anything else, boss? No. Okay, I'll stand outside. No, stand here. One sighed and nodded her head slightly. Hey, Oppa. Who is this cutie Oppa? My bodyguard. Isn't he too much cute to be a bodyguard? Taehyung lifted his head and glared Terry. Anyway, Mom sent your favorite lunch. Keep there and leave. I came here to give your lunch, so in return I need something. Taehyung didn't say anything. Your card and bodyguard. I'm going on shopping. Taehyung looked at her. Just few days ago you brought a truck stop. Still your room didn't fill. No, it didn't fill. Now give me. She extended her hand in front of him and he put a file on her hand. Then do work and buy whole mall by your own salary. Now go give this file to manager. Yeah, you are so mean. Yeah, I know. Now do some work. Terry sighed and stomped her feet. She went out of Taehyung's cabin. Taehyung took a glance of her and smiled slightly, which Wine saw. What happened? Why your face color is changed? Washroom. Then go. I can't. She made a crying face. Huh? If I'll go in ladies' washroom, then I will be in problem. and I'm not made for man's washroom. One let out a sigh. Your situation is funny, you know? She giggled. Yeah, don't laugh. Let's go, I'll help you. She held Wan's hand and dragged her. Where are you taking me? Washroom. They checked washroom to make sure no one is inside. Go. She pushed Wan inside and stand on door. Thank you so much. Wan let out a sigh. Let's go to have lunch. You know there is an amazing restaurant nearby. I can't go right now. I'm on duty. But it's lunchtime. Let's go. We will take permission from Oppa. She held Wan's hand and dragged her. Where were you both? He kissed Wan's hand, which was in Terry. Terry left her hand. Just roaming around. Your bodyguard is such a gentleman. Can I take him on lunch with me? No, you can go back home. I get bored in home. Fine, then stay here and do some work. Oppa, she whined. Taehyung took a glass of wine, who was standing quietly. Go, print out this file. He gave a file to Terry. Terry sighed and went out. Don't you think you stick in girls too much? She held my hand. Then you should have pushed her hand away. He sounded like mad. Maybe he didn't like his sister getting along with a bodyguard. Wayne didn't say anything and looked down to avoid his gaze, and he went towards his seat. Then was checking some meals when the thought of wine crossed his mind. He cursed loudly and rubbed his face. Am I really interested in him? He gulped. I got a marriage proposal for you. When stop eating, I told you I don't want to get married. Fine. Your mother was also stubborn like you, but after falling in love, she got married within a month. He stopped speaking and Wayne let out a sigh. Grandpa, let's not talk about it. Mr. John nodded his head and Wayne started eating quietly. Wayne went to keep Taehyung's file in shelf and things stared her. His gaze were not ready to leave her and he was getting sure he had something for him. Someone knocked on the door and Taehyung diverted his gaze. Come in. Boss, we need to leave for meeting. Yeonjun. I'm done today. Wayne mumbled to herself while looking at company's building. Come out. Yay. She came out of car and looked around. Boss, I'll wait here. Taehyung raised his eyebrow. This company must be safe. You are bodyguard. You need to go everywhere with boss. Wayne gulped. Let's go. He walked ahead and Wayne followed him while lowering her head. Mr. John. Wayne's eyes widened and she immediately started looking here and there while turning her back. Hello, Mr. Kim Taehyung. Hello. Taehyung bowed. Mr. Lee, take them in meeting room. Mr. Lee nodded and Mr. John walked away. Yeonjun. He looked behind and saw Wayne roaming here and there. Yeonjun. Coming, boss. Mr. Lee looked at Wayne and Wayne gulped and tried to avoid his gaze. Let's go in this way. Mr. Lee guided them and Wayne followed them while keeping distance. I'll stay here. You are behaving weirdly. What I'll do inside, you both go. Taehyung didn't say anything and went inside followed by his PA. Wayne let out a sigh, but her eyes widened after seeing Mr. John coming in her direction. Who are you? Wayne lowered her head. Mr. Kim's bodyguard. Mr. John felt something odd, but he shrugged his shoulder and went inside. Wayne sighed. Thank God he didn't got suspicious. Today I saw a boy. He was exact like you. Wayne choked after hearing that. Oh, by the way, when will you take me on your workplace? Soon. Mr. John raised his eyebrow. Or did you got dumped from your work again? No, it's nothing like that. Wayne smiled slightly. Wayne sighed loudly and laid on bed. She didn't want to to get married, so she thought to do any work to keep herself away from marriage, but this any job were getting hard on her now. Her grandpa wanted her to get experience of life, so he even blocked her all cards and she needs a job to pay her all necessary bills. Taehyung was busy in work when someone knocked on door and came inside. Good morning, boss. How is uncle now? He is fine and now I can come on work. You can take leave for a few days more and you will get your salary. Jimin frowned after hearing that. But why? Taehyung let out a sigh and got up. He started walking towards Jimin while staring him. Boss, what are you doing? Taehyung continued taking steps, and when he came very close to Jimin, Jimin started taking back steps. Boss, you okay? Jimin's back hit the wall and Taehyung stand very close to him. Boss. Taehyung put his both hands on wall and now Jimin was caged in between. Jimin gulped on. Meantime, someone came inside without knocking. Both men turned their head to a store and found wine. She blinked her widened eyes while looking at them. Sorry. She immediately stepped out and Taehyung focused on Jimin. Boss, what are you doing? He hugged himself. Taehyung started leaning towards Jimin's face. Jimin closed his eyes tightly. Taehyung stopped near Jimin's lip. He stayed like that for a second and then backed away while covering his mouth. Jimin opened his eyes after hearing Taehyung's voice and on Taehyung making face like throwing. What happened, boss? You okay? Did my mouth smell bad? Taehyung shook his head and went towards his chair. I was checking something. What? You don't need to know that, and you can take leave for a few days more and you will get paid. Oh, okay. Jimin bowed and left Taehyung's cabin. Taehyung sighed. What is this? My heart started thumping crazily near Yeonjun, and here in front of Jimin, I felt so uncomfortable and disgusted. He rubbed his face. He was so confused. He wanted to get sure about himself and his feelings, but it seems hard for him. Jimin came out of Taehyung's cabin, being so confused by Taehyung's behavior, and his gaze went on mine. She blinked while looking at him. You joined office in New? Yeah, I'm Mr. Kim's bodyguard. Oh, hi, I'm Jimin. I'm also his bodyguard. Nice to meet you. Same here. I'll leave now. Wine nodded and Jimin walked away. Wine let out a sigh and knocked on the door before entering. Boss, you asked for this file. Taehyung took a glance of her and nodded his head. Wine put file on his desk. I'll stand outside. No, stay here. Huh? Okay. He focused on his work while he was taking a glance of her time to time, which she noticed clearly. Hey, Sony hugged Taehyung. He broke the hug and pushed away Sony while taking a glance of wine. I didn't thought you will come, but you came, and I'm so happy. Sony saw her excitement and Taehyung just hummed. Let's go in that store. She held Taehyung's hand and dragged him and Wine to follow them. How is it? Taehyung, look at me. Taehyung put his phone aside and saw his thumbs. Good. And this one? Good. This? Good. She was showing him clothes and he was saying good to every cloth. How is it? Good. That color is not good. Sony and Taehyung turned their head in Wine's direction. Sorry. She lowered her head. How is it? She saw the same dress again. The color is not good. Take that. He pointed on other dress while taking a glance of Wine, and Sony nodded her head. Wine extended water glass towards Taehyung, and he took that while his hand slightly touched Wine, and she immediately pulled her hand back. What happened? Is everything okay? You are looking nervous. Yeah, everything is fine. Taehyung nodded his head and focused on laptop screen. I'll stand outside. No, stay here. Before he could complete his sentence, she ran out of his cabin and he got confused. What happened to him? Wayne put her hand on her chest after coming out of his cabin. He's dangerous. She gulped. I need to keep distance. Eat carefully. Yeah. She flashed a smile and focused on food. Taehyung too focused on his food. Taehyung came on dinner in a restaurant before going home and he instead went to eat. Are you liking the food? Yes, boss. Taehyung hummed in response and a waiter came with their other order. He put a chicken soup bowl near Wine. It was too much warm. Wine didn't notice that and her hand touched that. She flinched and immediately pulled her hand and her hand accidentally bumped in a juice glass. Juice splashed on her. She immediately stand up. Sorry, boss. You should have been careful. Sorry, sir. It's okay. It was my fault. I didn't saw that bowl. Excuse me. I'll come after cleaning it. She went to a washroom. Then sighed and stand up. Clean here. He too went to a washroom since juice dropped on his leg too. Where are you going? Wayne turned around after hearing Taehyung's voice. Washroom. She pointed on door. In ladies' washroom. He pointed on board and she gulped. What I'll do now? God, please help me. I didn't saw board. Let's go inside. Huh? No, you go. I'll stand on door. Will you clean your shirt by standing on door? One gulp. My shirt is not that much dirty. You go. Then raised his eyebrow. You are too much weird. I don't know. Let's go now. She shook her head immediately. Then Sign went towards her. He held her hand and started pulling her inside the washroom. Boss, no, please, I don't want to go inside. He ignored her words and pulled her inside the washroom. She gulped after coming inside men's washroom. Why there is no door? She immediately lowered her head as Alice went on to men who was. This is worst. What are you waiting for? Clean yourself. Yeah, she moved to a step while her head was lowered. She started cleaning juice fastly and she turned her head in other direction and made crying face. Yeah, stop laughing. Do you know how disgusting it was? I can't explain what I was feeling and what will happen if they will put a door, huh? All men were. Terry again laughed. Yeah, stop laughing and tell your brother to fire me. He's very dangerous. I can't do that. Why you can't? You are his sister. He will listen to you. He doesn't listen to anyone. And if you want to leave job, then you say him by yourself. I said him I want to leave, but then he. She gulped. He what? He nothing. Please say anything bad about me and tell him to fire me. I can't leave this man alive. She faked cry and Terry sigh. It was your own decision, but you could stop me from doing this stupidity. Now it already happened. Do one thing, do bad work and always trouble Oppa. Then he will fire you. He doesn't tolerate irresponsibility. Then I need to become bad bodyguard now. You have only this option, or just continue in going men's washroom. Terry, she whined and Terry laughed. Boss, your lunch is ready. Taehyung hummed and Wine start leaving. Stay here. Huh? I'm also hungry. She thought he will give her permission to go out to have lunch, but okay, then eat here. Huh? No, this is too much for me, so you two eat from here. Now sit down. Wine blinked and nodded. Oh, okay. She took a seat on couch hesitantly. Eat. Wine started eating quietly while he was staring her time to time, and she was knowing about that. Taehyung was not sure about what he has for his bodyguard, but he wants him in front. Thank you, boss, for lunch. Taehyung hummed and took a tissue paper. I'll take plate out. Wait. Why? Taehyung moved towards her. Boss, you have foods on your nose. She immediately wiped her nose, but it was still there. Wait, he moved very close to her and she couldn't move back, as there was couch behind her. She gulped down her saliva and her heart beat to start racing due to their closeness. Taehyung lifted his hand and wiped her nose carefully. It's done. Thank you. He yanked and went to a seat. She left her breath, which she was holding, and started collecting plates. One checked the time and knocked on the door before pushing it. Boss, it's getting late. Taehyung looked at the clock. It was already 11 p.m. and he was still working. You can go. Leaving you alone. Taehyung nodded his head. I will be safe. You can go. But boss, tomorrow is a very important meeting and I need to complete few things, so I'll go back after doing that. You go back. It's pretty late. Taehyung again focused on his work, one step out of meeting room while leaving a sigh. Taehyung stretched his body after finishing his work. He left a sigh and checked time. It was too late and thunder sounds were also echoing. I should just go back home. It's not too far. He took his coat and car key and went out of his cabin. Did your work finish? You are still here. I told you to go back. I'm your bodyguard and I can't go home without dropping you home safely. Taehyung sighed loudly. It's too late and even weather is not good. It's okay. If your work is done, then can we go now? Taehyung nodded his head and walked ahead, and Wine followed him while leaving a sigh. Let's go to your house. I'll drop you first, then I'll drive to home. But weather is not good. I'll manage, don't worry. I can't stop worrying. Now drive towards your house. No, we are going your home. Yeonjun, she didn't say anything and focused on driving. Weather was getting worse with passing time. Good night, boss. She bowed. The thunder sounds were echoing. Stay here. It's too much late. No, boss. I'll manage. I'm going. Good night. She tried to walk away fastly, but Taehyung held her hand and pulled her back. Can't you understand in once? Weather is not good, and I don't think you will get any vehicle in this weather. You will be stuck on road, so it's better stay here. But let's go now. He started dragging her and she couldn't do anything.